I think I started this channel about 4 or 5 years ago, and I had already been reading tarot cards for 30 or 40 years, since I was a teenager. And I think all that time I had been thinking that tarot was kind of like a heavy thing. You needed an hour to read someone's tarot cards. It's very deep. It's very intuitive, and you're fumbling around, aren't you, in the dark, and you're finding your way towards the truth, and it's all very fuzzy. And over the last 4 or 5 years that I've been doing this channel, I've been concentrating much more on tarot, and I've been, I think, really developing as a tarot reader and tarotiste, maybe even a tarot writer. And what I want to say is that over those years, I've been working towards an idea of what I think tarot could be. Now, I think it's okay to have a consultation with someone that might go on for an hour and might involve a lot of conversation and a lot of to and fro. But that's not how I use tarot for myself. The most common thing I do is that I do like 1-minute readings for myself. And I have to say that I use tarot just to basically to channel messages from my spirit guides, whatever that means. You could say it's from my higher intelligence, but I just need a message to get me through the day or to get me through a difficult situation. And I mean, I am my own tarot reader, so I'm always available to myself. And I understand that if I went to see a tarot reader, I might want an hour of stuff, but I only need a minute from myself. And this has led me to the idea that tarot could be kind of like more of a fortune cookie thing. And fortune cookie is not entirely the right word for it, because fortune cookie sounds a bit superficial and a bit silly. But what I want to say is that I think a valid tarot reading could be narrowed down to about 15 words or maybe 10 words. It could be done very quickly, very intuitively, and you or your querent or your client could walk away with this, in a sense, this oracular sentence. And that, I think, could be more focused and more helpful and help you to deal with things more than an hour of wishy-washy conversation going round and round in circles. So this is what I want to talk to you about today. I actually think I'm going to develop this in my book when it eventually gets written. And I think this is really why I have, over the last years, been objecting to certain books out there on the scene, like, you know me, 78 Degrees of Wisdom or the Jodorowsky book, these books that are infinitely complicated and ruminative. And I am not attracted to those books, and I'm looking for ways to move beyond that way of conceptualizing tarot. So let me give you some examples. Let's get specific. I'll tell you what I mean, and we can talk about this over the coming weeks. Okay, well, I'm using Robin Attor's International Icon Tarot today because in some ways it goes with what I'm saying, and what I'm saying is to do with stripping things down. Now, you can use any tarot you want, but this for me is the tarot that goes with the video of the day. So we just want tarot to function as a kind of alphabet, as a system of hieroglyphics, and actually these illustrations do suggest that. In a way, we're talking about a relatively advanced way of reading tarot today, because you have to be completely up and running with the deck. You have to know what each card means for you. You have to have a cluster of meanings for each card up your sleeve. You have to be a little bit experienced. In other words, you have to be up and running. Now, you also have to have the nerve just to speak and to speak out the thoughts and the images and the messages that come into your mind without embarrassment and without apology. And this is, I think, 50% of the task of the tarot reader, is to allow the messages to come through and not fight them. It may be 90%. So what do I mean by fortune cookie tarot? I, over the last few weeks, have been saving up some readings and noting them down, which might be able to illustrate what I mean. This was a morning reading I did for myself quite casually, and it turned into something very profound and, in a sense, quite life-changing. These three cards were an advice spread. Just take it from me, that's what they were. This was my advice from the spirit guides one morning. And I read it like this, and you can read your cards however you want. I read it like this. You face a fork in the road and you have to choose between taking a risk and withdrawing from society. That was what I heard. Now, that's not necessarily what's on the cards. Tarot reading isn't a science. Someone else would have heard something different if they'd seen those cards. That was what I heard. And that was extremely profound, because I realized that I realized that you get to my age and you can retire and you can withdraw and you can sit in the sun for the rest of your life and enjoy your friends and enjoy just the pleasure of being alive. Or you can stay as a part of society, stay a part of art and culture. And to do that, you have to take a risk. So that was a very significant reading for me. But, that's about 15 words, or you could boil it down to about 10 words. Choose between taking a risk and withdrawing. Let me show you another one. I was wondering what I should do with, the spring, and I had been considering paying to go to a writer's retreat and finishing off the book that I've been working on for many years. But I didn't want to pay, and I thought I can do it at home. And then I got this. And this is how I interpreted it. This is what I heard. Take seriously the idea you had for completing the incomplete project. Now that is very, very clear to me. That is, pay and go to the writer's retreat and finish your book. Let me show you another one. This was also to do with the book that I'm writing, and it's a little bit controversial, and I'm wondering whether to publish it under a pseudonym, incognito. And these ideas were all going round and round in my head. And then I put these three cards down, and this is what I heard. You can work unobserved in your private garden. Now, there are always resonances to make a tarot reading a bit richer than that. You can work constructively, unobserved by the people who you might fear are around you, who might judge you for what you're writing. And you have a safe garden in which you can nurture the project lovingly. So that's like a longer version. But whether I give you this in a quick form or a slightly longer form, even the long form is about 30 seconds long. It's not a 1 hour consultation. Now, these readings were all the advice part of my problem and advice spread, which is in basis a 2-card spread. Let me show you a couple of 2-card spreads I did for myself. This was a great reading, very succinct. The spread's called the What's My Problem spread, and the lower card is This is your problem, and the upper card or cards is This is the advice. And with these two I got You're losing your grip, advice, Get out more. This is the Four of Pentacles here, the guy who's really, really holding on tight. I just heard you're losing your grip. Get out more. You know, Page of Wands, this is the person who scouts about looking for places and opportunities to work and to get things going. You know, get out more. That's what I heard. You'll hear something different. You will understand the tarot cards differently. These are the messages I heard. I'll give you one more. This was a video I made to demonstrate this wonderful, issue and advice spread, and I drew these cards while making the video and interpreted them live on air. And I just wanted to demonstrate the beauty of this spread. Issue and suggested solution. And this is what I said. Ace of Cups. You want to be happy. Solution. Stop being such a dreamer. Queen of Cups. Bit dreamy. Stop being such a dreamer. And for me, that's valuable advice. Now, while we're here, I will say a little piece about spreads. If you're interested in my issue and solution spread, I think I have named it the 60-second spread or the 60-second reading. And so it'll be in my spreads playlist. But basically, it's this. You come to the tarot not even really knowing what the issue is. You just feel wrong somehow, or you have a problem, you can't get to the bottom of it, so you say, what is the problem? Can you define it for me? Can you tell me what the issue really is? And here's the solution. And so it's basically a 2-card spread, but if the first card is not enough, you can ask for additional cards. So often for me it ends up like that. Occasionally for me, the definition of the issue is not clear, and I ask for additional cards, and so the spread might end up like that. But I'm constantly trying to keep things simple. Okay, so it's very often like that. I have my 12-card weather forecast spread, but even that is very simple in its way because I'm not actually reading the cards at face value. If you're interested in that, that's also on my spreads playlist. But let me just finish by giving you a reading live on air, and I'll try to demonstrate why things don't have to take a long time and don't have to be in depth as we maybe have come to think of it. So let's do a reading on the subject of fortune cookie tarot. Okay. So what's going on with this idea of mine in fortune cookie tarot, and what's the advice? This is just a demonstration of how the procedure works. We're not really expecting for any blinding thunderbolt of wisdom here. Okay, so please give us a reading on fortune cookie tarot. And I'm going to ask for 2 more cards at the top here to elucidate the advice. And so, here's what you could say about this reading, but just let's focus in on the style of presentation and the shortness of it. Okay. So say you're really disappointed and disillusioned with your tarot practice. And okay, let's make this personal. Say I am disillusioned and disappointed with the tarot practice that I have had for many years. Here's the advice. Okay, let go of being the perfect, clever judge of all the factors on the table. Let that style of tarot reading be utterly defeated and break free of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, maybe what I'm trying to say is that I'm at a stage when I'm thinking of letting go of a whole belief system about what a tarot reading should be like. I was at a spiritualist service the other day with a friend in London a couple of months back or whenever it was. And there was a medium there and there was a congregation. And I think we sang a hymn at the beginning. And then the medium stood up and he channeled messages for various people in the congregation. And I got a message and it was great. And various other people did too. And I don't know, maybe he channeled 15 messages or something. And each one took what seemed like about 2 minutes. So what I'm saying is that, how long's a piece of string? Tarot can be anything, it can evolve. And, a medium in a spiritualist service will be giving 2-minute readings. It's difficult to imagine how tarot could be a profession if you're only going to give 2-minute readings. But on the other hand, is it all about making money? Maybe, maybe the details of how it works as a profession can follow the form that tarot wants to take. Those were my thoughts about fortune cookie tarot reading. I'm Robert Farrer, this is Tea and Tarot, and I'll be back next week with more of this stuff. Bye.